The New World. The dinosaurs have sort of just calmed down. This is like in the middle of the Mesozoic. There's a Triassic, there's a Cretaceous, and there's a Jurassic. I'm pretty sure the last was like the Cretaceous. This is like the Jurassic. I'm gonna say this is the Triassic. The era before the big, when Big Daddy shows up and knocks everything out. The Glyptodon lives here in the Arctic. Except the Arctic would change. The meteorite. And Spinosaurus usually died. Spinosaurus is actually the reason why the ice was melting, but it really didn't do that much because no creature relied on the ice. That's why it would lead to a new land creature arriving. This was one of the Mawsonia's descendants. The Boatus, the Alacanthrus, well, since it took a lot of energy to be in the Arctic, which meant you could be really big and you'd thrive. Also, except your body would feel way more pressure over there for some reason. And this is where Africa had sort of like gotten a big boost. Africa was no longer a desolate wasteland. I might have to take that back if I, don't change the weather. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since I control the weather, I'm gonna change the weather. Like God. I can play God. Because I quite literally am a God. I create life. I don't create life, I will, just put the life down. People create and make it, I put it down and let it thrive. I'm like the person the Doltiodromus was a big bird. This was only like younger one. This would actually be like the main ancestor for most dinosaurs. This would be like the big ancestor for most modern day birds, like ostriches and creatures like that. How big it was. Except it wasn't the only ancestor for dinosaurs. Spinosaurus would change a lot. Because now, instead of not using its arms, it actually gained the ability to use its arms. It actually got its arms back. Which was good. Except something bad usually happens. Because, well, water. So, the water, breaks down, the ground. It breaks everything down. That's what the Earth does. So, these were modern day crocodiles. They come from that weird crocodile. The Deinosuchus out there. The Deinosuchus existed. So did the Ceratosaurus. So did so many other species, but we just didn't have time to cover it. Not so many others. Like the Deinosuchus and the Ceratosaurus, the Tylosaurus, and the Lepidodon. Like the only 4 creatures I did not cover that existed there. Okay, I'm sorry, I cannot make every single species from all 3 eras. Not eras. Oh, come on, I can't believe it's happening again. One creatures lived in America where the Tyrannosaurus actually like nothing besides the Elanchocopteryx. You might see that. Yeah, but so many other creatures. Can't cover them all today, folks. Slag decided to be like, ooh, we're in the middle of recording, and I don't care if you're recording. I want to destroy happiness. So it did. There we go. Oh, all these animals, the Rugops, the Elanch. This was the Elanch. It was the biggest bird This was the T-Rex that went and stayed in Africa. The Recubackysaurus, the only long neck in this era. Tyrannosaurus and Carnotaurus. They didn't get. Does this Carnotaurus have spikes? Pretty sure this is like an alpha. I don't see that. I guess the babies have spikes. Just like young T-Rexes had more feathers. The Morgan Raptor was like the first amphibious raptor and like the only amphibious velociraptor. Or part of the raptor family. Also the only raptor in this world. The raptors left, but the raptors will return back to America. So many animals lived in this ocean. The ocean and Africa had gotten the most changed. Let's go to the old Americas. America really didn't have a lot of creatures this time around, except the next era. Big boost, because, Brazil and most of South America, where all the jungle is, will get a big update. So many species, so many creatures, except for, the forest fires that are caused from them spreading like fires and creatures from Africa, from the Alanx and Cyprus. From these flying creatures, they actually led and Glyptodons and Minimes also lived farther up in America, except they lived shorter. The ones in the Arctic lived 40 years. These ones only lived 20 years. This was the Ceratops. It lived more in America. It was like our seagull ancestors. The ancestors for seagulls and seabirds. The Carns lived here, so did the Rebecca's. But less. Some spinos made here sometimes. And Erica, whatever they're called. America wasn't as packed, but very soon it would change back to being the place that was very beautiful and had a lot of animals.